from Pod and My Take. Oh, it's Big Cat and PFT commentator.
What's up, boys? Are we allowed to swear on this?
You tell us.
Fuck yeah.
There you go. How are we feeling about America opening wide for some soccer tonight?
I thought that the team looked like absolute dog shit tonight. The first half, it's pretty clear how big the gap is between our starters and our backups, especially along the defensive side. I thought it was fine. You know what? It was we could look at this as a tune-up, as a preseason game. Nothing to be worried about. We're on to Bosnia, but we looked like shit in that first half.
I want to congratulate Turkey on winning the ReliaQuest Bowl. I'm sure they got a nice pair of sandals and, a gift card to Target for this. Listen, Raj, you know us pretty well. When we lose, we only have one option. That ref was terrible tonight. He was absolute garbage, and I think we can all agree it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the only two. What are the talking points are there, man?
Exactly. If he calls a fair game, we probably win that 4-0.
It was also too late. They started the game way too late.
It was too late.
The circadian rhythms were all thrown off.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
It is the circadian rhythms were all out. You should see that from minute one.
Poch is very, very highly attuned to the circadian rhythms. Before this game, what's it been like for you to watch this? Well, the US men cook, really. It's something I've not seen since 1950.
Yeah. I think it's not just that we were winning games. It's that we were doing it in a style of soccer that's entertaining and that is exceptionally entertaining to watch and requires a lot of skill. Like, we're not doing the old school stuff where we're, willing the ball over the goal line, trying to scrape together a 1-1 draw against a vastly superior opponent. We were clearly the best team out there for those two games for the entire game. And that's something that we don't really see that much as fans of U.S. soccer. So the team does feel different. I'm not worried. I'm actually not worried about what happened tonight because that lineup is very different from what we're carrying forward. It's clear that we don't have the depth that a lot of teams have. I'll give you that. Like when we have to go to our bench, it's not pretty when it happens. And we had some guys starting like Gio Reyna. He's great off the bench. And I think that he's an impact guy that you can bring in. I don't know when the last time that he ran for 90 minutes straight was. He probably has never done it in his life. That was tough to watch with some of these guys. But overall, I'm still not worried. We got Bosnia and Herzegovina.
It's like week 17 in the NFL when you're saving your boys for the playoffs. Is that how you guys are analyzing?
Yeah, exactly.
Explaining it away.
It basically was going into this game. If we win the game, we're the greatest country and the greatest soccer country that's ever been created. And if we lose the game, we blame the refs and we say we weren't even trying. It's a win-win. These games happen.
You know that ref stunk, though.
He did.
He was very one-sided. Also, we might be too tough. That might be our problem because
except Tim Way. Tim Way, maybe not.
Tim Way,
that was a tough night.
Get your weight up, Tim. I think that Zendaya's getting hit in the testicles and then bouncing up immediately to prove how tough you are. Just stay down, dude. Like, that's the most direct nut shot that I've ever seen in my life. And Turkey felt emboldened by that. They attempted like 4 more nutmegs afterwards. Just stay down and listen, we live to fight another day. That's God telling you, like, take a break, young man. Hit the locker room, ice up.
We had Chris Richards on the show 2 days ago, and he said everyone wants the team to be, quote, overly American. And I didn't understand what that meant until you've just described what happened to Zendaya's testicles. That's overly American, is what you're saying. That's the pride that's something we can be proud of.
That was a direction. That ball contacted a brace of testicles, just like boom. Both of them swole up immediately. You stay down. You listen. We're not as tough as we act as Americans. I will say that, like, it still hurts when you kick us in the nuts, and it's okay to admit that.
Yeah, there's certain biological things that are just that transcend nationality.
Yeah,
stay down.
You know what? I do not know if that is true about the Russians, but I need to ask you. I think it says, how has the World Cup been experienced by your audience? Because I know it's always a love-hate thing. I'm thinking it's a little more love every single World Cup cycle. Like, there's been a lot to love about this tournament in the United States. I don't know what has surprised you about it. The
Well,
most.
our audience is, I mean, we're sports fans at the end of the day. Like, whatever, if there's a ball on a field, we're going to watch it, especially if we can bet on it. We were actually talking, though, we did find the one thing that we have done wrong as a country in this World Cup, and it was on full display tonight. It's the fact that we don't care about seeing all these celebrities. I don't care about Leo. I don't care about Ashton Kutcher. The World Cup is about, excuse me to both of you, fat, sunburnt English dudes with belly tattoos, old men crying, and extremely attractive women that we are from foreign countries. And we're getting absolutely none of that because they want to show us Brad Pitt hanging out with Edward Norton. I don't want that. So we have screwed that up and we need to fix it.
It is how most Americans learn geography. It's
right.
That's how I found out where Croatia was last World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know, as an Englishman, it is weird how many celebrities are shot during US games. Like that does not happen normally. It's like a really noticeable thing. Like, oh look, Edward Norton. And
right.
Think, well,
you guys do it though, man. That's the Knicks. It's like you notice it. You notice that. Well, you notice that, like in English football, when something happens, good or bad, the cameras cut to the largest looking man with the most offensive chest tattoo around his nipples. Like that's the shot we want. We want misery. We want we want to feel better about ourselves by looking at the sadness that's flung on the screen. In America, the Knicks, it's like an incredible moment. Josh Hart doing whatever Josh Hart's doing, and we get Chalamet cut to Kardashian, cut to Jerry Seinfeld, cut to, and like there's no human emotion left in American sports. We've got to look at.
Yeah, it's terrible because that is one of the beautiful things about the World Cup is that you get all of these, stories in Norway and everyone rowing. And who are you talking about? Who's standing still? The guy from Congo.
From Congo, yeah.
He's standing still. Yeah, like these are what we want. This is what gives the fabric to and the color to the World Cup. And instead, we're just seeing all these celebrities, like, get them off our screen. So we apologize for that. We're too obsessed with celebrities. If we were controlling the cameras, you'd see nothing but fat, gross Americans and really nice raps.
That's why we watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's your point, though, that this World Cup is more than about the football, and it's what has made Americans really fall in love. You could make the case that the Tartan Army have done more to grow football in America than David Beckham and Lionel Messi.
Yeah, I think you don't need to like football to like the World Cup. There's so, especially now, like there's so much of it is consumed on TikTok and Instagram and stuff that you can engage with that stuff just as like cultural moments. Like you don't need to know anything about like the offside law to think it looks cool when the Scots annex Boston and turn it into Massachusetts. Like that's something we can all enjoy, unless you're English. Yeah, it's the same with the Brazilians dancing on South Beach, or the Ecuadorians on the rocky steps. Like those are the moments. FIFA won't tell you this, but you don't need to spend $1,000 to enjoy the World Cup. You can do it for free.
Right. Yeah. Right. And it's what I liken it to. The World Cup is most similar to our March Madness. And what makes March Madness so great is like the indelible moments that are seared in your brain is, a Villanova flutist crying her eyes out as Villanova loses a game, a kid like screaming in horror, a man dressed as a Colorado State Ram, like sad as could be. That's what the sport is about. It's the real fans. So we need more of that. And that's what this World Cup, I think, has brought out nicely in the off-camera stuff, like the Tartan Army and all these, and the Norway fans taking over Times Square. And I just want to party with the entire country of Netherlands, because those guys, everywhere they go, they're just listening to EDM and just, taking down 10 pints at a time.
Is it the same song? All I've seen from the fans from the Netherlands, they listen to the same song over and over again all day, every day, and they love it.
Of it. Yeah.
Is that not the entire business model of EDM? Yeah. It's just the same song.
Yes.
It is. No, but Big Cat's right. Like that is a big mistake that we're making broadcasting these games. It's a little bit much. Like people that do not care about the teams, celebrities that maybe you haven't heard of in 15 years. We don't need to see them on the screen. The one guy, Big Cat was talking about the guy in March Madness dressed up as the sad ram. I think back to that sad Brazilian fella.
Yeah.
Gripping on to the World Cup trophy.
In the 7-1.
Yeah. In the 7-1 defeat, which also, like, maybe Curaçao's not that bad, right? Because 7-1 might be a mark of a good team. He was holding on to it, and he was just weeping, just crying, and you could tell that
Real human emotion.
he was
Real
having
human emotion.
an existential moment. That's what we want to see.
You knew, man, and when I saw you 100 days out from the World Cup in Chicago, you turned around to me and said, you know what? This was you, PFT. You said, I'm going to spend time with the Scottish fans. You told me then you thought they were going to win the World Cup. You were right. I do think they've won when this World Cup is remembered in like 40 years' time, as all World Cups are, people remember like Messi, what he did. People remember like Ronaldo, what he didn't do. They'll remember like, whatever American storyline happened. And they'll say, and it was the World Cup of the Scottish fans. What have you seen in them? Because there is something really beautiful, really beautiful.
Yeah, I think just their organization has been fantastic. That's what impresses me the most sometimes. Is like how organized.
Logistics.
Yeah, the logistics that they map out on different places to get drunk. And it's impressive because they must have a phone tree or something where it's like, okay, I'll call this person, you call the next guy, and then everyone mark if you're going to be RSVP, yes, no, or maybe. And it seems like they've got a head count everywhere. They call ahead to like the pubs that they're going to go to. Hey, just wondering if you have room for 70 drunken Scots. You do? Okay, great. We'll go there. Like they do seem to plan everything out, and seeing them at 11 down in Miami, that was something special too.
Yeah,
the guys in the kilts climbing up and down the poles. Yeah,
this is
pretty
great.
Awesome.
This is great. This is exactly what the World Cup should be.
I'll say this is exactly what the world needs.
Yeah,
like overall, we need more of this because the more you hang out with people from other parts of the world, the more you like them and the more you enjoy the rest of the world. We need more of this.
And we had this discussion on Pardon My Take as well, because I think with the World Cup being in our country, we see this come up a lot, like U.S. men's national team and the fans of the U.S. men's national team, we have to have chants and we have to have all this. We got to stop trying to copy like European soccer culture. We have our own culture. We need to do the things that we do. We have SEC football. Like we have these things that we are so good at, and yet we're trying to rhyme, all of our players' names with a song from the 80s like they do in England, just perfectly off the top of their head. No, play some Metallica. Let's just like, everyone wear black and let's just try to scare everyone.
I think that's absolutely right, and wouldn't necessarily go as far as Metallica, but I think the one thing that means that those chants work, and when you see a European or South American stadium singing, it is genuinely like hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Right.
But it's just it's authentic.
Right.
It's because that music means something in that context.
Yes.
The US still has to find its thing. We've said this before about it might be Country Roads, it might not be. There will be a song that can kind of get America, that everyone in America knows the words to. That's really important.
I think it's going to be Hootie and the Blowfish. Please don't let
That's
it be
fine.
Hootie and the Blowfish. But on a serious note, everybody else has got their thing. Scots have got like their bagpipes. Norway's got the row. I mean, by the way, with the SEC schools, there will be Norway rows being done in some. You'll know where. I mean, the Netherlands, the orange bounce into the match. We do need something to announce ourselves pre-match. We need a thing. I don't know what that thing is.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with LSU football, but it's the best experience. A Saturday night in Death Valley, and they play a song called Neck. And the song basically just goes, oh, and then you say, suck that tiger dick, bitch. That's what we need. That's America. Can I give you guys another gripe? Can I give you another gripe while we're in the gripe zone?
Suck that Pulisic kick.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. It's a PG-13 version.
Yeah.
There you go.
Clean up for the kids.
You're going to get a lot of royalties for that one.
Give us a marching band. Let's get a marching band out there. Let's do the Penn State Whiteout. But here's another gripe for you guys. I know this is now turning into the gripe zone from us.
No, this is great,
It's been an incredible World Cup. But
you're solving problems.
Yeah, we see a sport and we're like, oh, we could fix this. And it's not the actual on-field play. But what the hell was Germany wearing today? That should be illegal. Why is Germany dressed like the Miami Dolphins alternate jerseys? They should. You can't do that. They do this in the NBA, and we gripe about this, where you turn on a game and you're like, "Am I watching the Pacers or the Heat,
the City
or the
Connect?
Nuggets?"
Yeah, they're in the City. Germany were wearing their City Connect jersey.
What are we doing?
That was the
Unfortunately-
NBA Cup. It was a World Cup.
Yeah,
jersey
unfortunately,
they
the
were wearing.
city was Dresden.
Yeah.
But
What
it
is
was a
that,
tough-
Raj? Like when I turn on the World Cup, I want to see the traditional colors of your country.
That is a good spin zone for us, because if we look back at this game against Turkey tonight, it was our B team, and we were wearing like some blue bullshit uniform that we're never going to wear again. We can forget. This is a really easy game for us to just kind of wipe away and move on from. I think that this kit, the red and white stripes, that needs to be the United States. Like when you look at a TV and you see the red and white stripes, that's the United States. That needs to be like the main one.
Our traditional colour stonewashed denim, though, guys. And
Which is great, yeah.
I actually think we should only wear seersucker, like not even the high performance fabric. It should just be like the seersucker. But anyway, you move into like the Americanness of things. You guys just had Tim Ream on. Suggested he starts throwing up 4 fingers after the water break.
The
quarters. We got quarters in the World Cup.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, by the way, the commentator is now unironically being like, and in the third quarter, I'm like, what is going on? I mean, we're like TV timeouts, 2 more, shot clocks. I believe we are possibly just 4 years away from being so American that Chris Collinsworth is commentating on the World Cup.
Yeah. So you get Tony Romo in there trying to figure out if somebody's offsides or not. I don't know. Was that a cleat, Jim? I don't know. Yeah, listen, the fourth quarter thing, that's something it's a very important part of American culture. If you played high school football, if you weren't very good, your main job was to be like the first guy. Being like, hey, it's fourth quarter. And you know what that means.
Everyone know.
You know what that means.
Let everyone know.
And then the other team, it was a race, because if they beat you to the forwards, then you felt like they're more prepared for the fourth quarter than we are. And that was usually a nightmare scenario. But
just psyops, man.
There's a lot that we can lean into when it comes to American sports. I think Inner Sandman would be a great song to run out to. I think having a marching band that is part of the game, I think that's a good thing. I mean, we let South Africa hand out French horns to everybody that walked into the stadium. We can have a small section devoted to a marching band.
Yeah, we get cowbells. We could do it all.
Freebird as the whole song. We need more Freebird. That's my fix for everything.
But Tim Ream was great on the show, and he agreed. The quarters thing, the hydration break is ridiculous. I think we can all agree. And the fact that they don't stop the clock and we just sit there and it's like 3.5. I know it's added back on, but it's so absurd that this has become a thing. And they'll be like, oh yeah, it's 72 degrees in LA tonight. We're indoors. Hydration break. Okay.
Someone's got to sell those adverts. It's important that, to be honest, that after 22 minutes, I've been watching football for 40 years. After 22 minutes of football, I've always thought, I'd like to see someone tell me about Powerade.
I'd like to see some of Christian Pulisic's acting chops. I enjoy his work on Wells Fargo immensely.
They played Enter Sandman in Seattle. They
played
it just before they came on.
They listened to your show, man.
Okay.
Just wait till Gianni Infantino hears about the turducken. I do think FIFA will be FIFA going to be changed over. I want to ask you a couple quick ones to come back out through the US team. I mean, I've got to say, I feel a little bit better just listening to you than I did at the final whistle. Your audience, have you felt like they've gone from not caring about football whatsoever to now blazing group chats with heated opinions about the risk of sitting Tyler Adams in the third game? And how they can show. Is the vernacular, is it starting to filter through, or is there still work to be done?
I mean, there's definitely some work to be done, but I definitely think that a good amount of our audience is excited about the World Cup. And most of that stems from the fact that we had 2 great games to start out with. Like if the U.S. came out first game, lost, second game draw, it would be more of the same like we've seen in the past. But I think a lot of people are interested because the U.S. has been playing well. So right off the bat, I do think, and the fact that it's in the United States too, we're seeing a lot more people that are following everything that's going on than we have in the World Cups in the past. So yeah, and then talking about Pulisic today, everybody was wondering should you start him? Should you put him in? Should he be a sub? And I was telling everybody no, under no circumstances, do not let this man onto the field tonight. And then I realized that it was my deep-seated hurt that I have stored deep in my subconscious from Robert Griffin III that was telling me you don't want this guy to play. I think actually having him play was probably the smart call.
Yeah.
And getting him back in the room. But yeah, to your original question, I do think that it's transcended a little bit. Yeah, we're having a moment.
And we also are getting the benefit of there's nothing that we love more than having a good old-fashioned who's the GOAT debate. And Messi Ronaldo and it's not really a debate anymore because it's Messi so clearly, but it is great to have that debate and have two entrenched sides knowing that, hey, my side's not going to move, your side's not going to move. Messi could score 100 goals in this World Cup and Ronaldo could, run around and do nothing, and there still will be Ronaldo fans out there. So that's fun. We're having fun with that.
Yeah, Messi's definitely like being in the US for the last 2.5 weeks. Like Messi has won that by a mile.
Yes.
Like, you see so many Messi jerseys everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
also
MLS star. He's
Messi commercials. Messi like Ronaldo is not selling you chips. Ronaldo is not selling you beers. Ronaldo is not selling you
credit cards.
Yeah,
yeah. Raj, did you ever think that an MLS player would be leading the Golden Boot halfway through the group stage? Because that's what's happening.
I did, and I thought his name would be Alexi Lala. So that was just my mistake, man. I always hope he realized. I didn't even ask you what Messi. We had Marshawn Lynch on the show the other day, and he just was going off with great poetry about Messi, like with wonder and reverence. And it's almost like people who don't even like football. Marshawn does. But like people who don't even like football just adore Lionel. Like they look at him and they're like they revere his almost tiny man, massive biblical scale achievement. What do you see when you see this little dude? He looks like he's wandered out of Supercuts and then he's just, my God, doing like biblical savagery.
Well, I do want to push back on one thing that Ronaldo is not selling any products. When I see Ronaldo, I get a hankering for some of that sweet Aramco oil.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go fill up on some of that. I gotta empty out my gas tank and get some of the good stuff in there. But with Messi, when we watch him play, the first word that comes to mind is just GOAT.
Yeah,
he's just the GOAT. He's undeniable. He's unstoppable. He's creative. He's thinking 5 steps ahead of everybody else at all times, eyes in the back of his head. Like he's a wizard.
It's watching something, even if you're not a soccer fan and you watch Messi, it's like that test of you could sit anyone down and be like, hey, watch this game and then tell me who the best player is. It's like watching Steph Curry where you just know you're watching something special. And yeah, he might be walking around for half the game, but I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know soccer like the two of you, but like the way he's looking at the game, thinking about the game, almost downloading how the game is going, and then boom, it's like a burst out of nowhere. It's like he's got the angles, he's figured it out. All that walking around, you see that as him doing nothing. He's doing a lot, and it's like a mini computer that he's processing. Okay, here's how I'm going to attack, and then it happens in a flash. You're like, what just happened? How did that happen? And it's unbelievable to watch.
No one is ever more alive. We said this before. No one's ever more alive than Lionel Messi 30 yards out from goal with the ball at his feet. Yeah. That is when you see those moments and you can see him just totally right. Like he does walk around. Like he's kind of not really in the play quite a lot of the time. He's figuring stuff out. He's kind of working out where everything is going to how it's all going to end up. He sees how it plays out. And then the ball invariably comes to him 30 yards out. And it is as though he's 19 again. I watched him play when he was 19. It's the same movement. It's the same speed. It's the same kind of just this sense of someone who is completely alive. And it's amazing to watch. And I think with the NFL players who all love Messi, greatness recognizes greatness. That's what it is. They might not I don't know if Marshawn Lynch is the greatest tactical kind of understander of football, but he recognizes Messi is so good, just perfect at what he does. And someone who's played sports to the level Marshawn has understands what that takes.
He said he saw Barry Sanders in him, is what he said.
Yeah.
It's just really, really beautiful, man. Really,
and it's
really
the entry,
beautiful.
It really is the entry point to a lot of sports where if you don't understand the sport, but you can recognize it just jumping off the screen of like, that's special. That's different.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to watch.
I always thought there'd be a lot of pressure to be Messi's teammate, not because you want to make sure that he accomplishes as much as he's able to in his career, but it's almost like he's going to put the ball in the right place. Are you going to be making that run at the right time to receive the ball where you should be? Because Messi's going to put it there. Like you almost have to level up how smart you are as a player to try to think like Messi.
It's so funny. They all love him, man. He's not a shouter. They all love him, and they all like want to lift him up. There are other people who I'm not going to name who are shouters and do kind of embarrass their teammates. What you've just described is also true for Caleb Williams. I've got two quick ones. I'm going to let you go because you've been beautiful, and you made me feel so much better about live football, the future of the United States in this World Cup. I'm going to say some words. Just shout out the first thing that comes to your mind when I say these things. We're going to run through them very quickly. You ready for this? Here we go. U.S. men's national team.
When I see the USMNT, I just say U.S. Mutant Ninja Turtles, U.S. Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do you guys see that when you see the MNT? I can't stop seeing it.
I don't know how they lose so much then, if that's the case. Hydration breaks.
Money.
Yeah, commercials.
Money.
Tartan Army.
The best. The absolute best. Like, I want to die and become a member of Tartan Army. When I become reincarnated, it's a Scottish guy it's a Scottish guy getting his scalp burned in Miami.
That's what we've seen. We've seen the afterlife, and I love it. Freddie LA7.
Oh, Freddie LA7.
Oh, I got a take about him.
Complicated.
Yeah. All right, so I have a take about Freddie LA7 because we live in such a terrible, cynical world, and this guy pops on the scene, and the first couple of days, everyone's like, "This is such a great story," and then it turns into, "Oh, he's a psyop, and he's government funded, and everyone's trying to find a way to make this a bad story." Let the guy just enjoy it. It's okay. Like, let him have fun. If he wants to go and say that Eastern Ohio is beautiful, God love him. So I think we people are too cynical, and they always try to find the worst part of everything. Just let him have fun.
It's a psyop, but it's a good psyop.
Roger's really cynical about it. I agree completely. I think the best thing about Freddie LA7 is that he's not revealed his face. Yeah, he wants to go to the games unmolested.
Part, man.
It's not, man. It's nice. It's nice.
Raj, just let him enjoy.
I am now. I am. I've been told.
When you first saw him, you liked him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Waffle House, smothered and covered. I'm like, man, yes, I did like him.
So you've just evolved. Yeah. Freddie LA7 hasn't changed. Right. It's more about you.
I think you forget what it was like to walk into a Chili's and have them hand you bottomless chips for the first time.
Oh my God, the Curly Summer, right? You're so vain about me. That's what you're saying.
You forgot what it's like to sit down at a Waffle House counter and have JJ Watt make you an omelet.
Yeah, exactly.
This is simple pleasures. Zlatan.
Oh man,
Zlatan.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'll tell you what,
he's got a lot of nerve.
He loves Zlatan.
He's got a lot of nerve talking to Alexi Lalas like he's better at soccer than he is.
Can I just say something about Zlatan? And this is how this dynamic has worked. And like, I'm not the biggest Alexi Lalas fan, but the way they were treating him got me so like riled up that Zlatan has not scored a World Cup goal. Can someone point that out? Alexi Lalas should drop that in his face. Be like, hey man, you were awesome. How many goals you scored in the World Cup? Oh, was that 0? Because it was 0.
Just be like, same. Yeah. We're not so different.
Hey, you know what? I've scored as many World Cup goals as Zlatan.
The worst thing that ever happened, by the way, is for people to find out Alexi Lalas' politics, because I hated him before. Like, this has nothing to do with politics. We should all agree to hate the man's commentary regardless of how he votes.
Right. Don't let it
for what he is, not for what he thinks.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Let's not make this political.
Yeah.
I'm still.
We've got we have
still
idiots
rolling
everywhere.
for you, bending my brain on Freddie LA7. I mean, my last one was Lalas, but I feel like you've done it already.
Pretty much. And I should say, for the record, my deep-seated hatred of Alexi Lalas stems from George Mason University in the year 1997, when I was a ball boy for the U.S. men's national team for a week of training. And I asked him, because I saw that he had a guitar. I was like, what kind of guitar or what kind of amp do you have? I just got a guitar too. And he said, I have a crate, and it's really good, and you should buy a crate. I went out and bought a crate. It's the worst amplifier that you could have possibly purchased. And he told me with a straight face. I come to find out years later, he had a sponsorship deal with Crate. He was trying to make money. They were paying him off that. I bought the worst piece of equipment I've ever bought. I didn't have the money to do that, Alexi. You had money to buy whatever you wanted, and you told a little 12-year-old PFT buy this terrible amplifier, and it set me
It's a good
back,
job.
frankly, 5 years of my playing.
Good job you don't carry grudges, but you did say this to his face, didn't you, recently?
I did on the Wake Up Barstool show. Yeah, we hashed it out pretty good. We agreed to disagree. We moved forward.
Look at that.
Does he still have a deal with Crate?
Not anymore. Not the way that I made him talk about it.
The chat is going mad. At High Desert 945 in the chat is one of many saying, "Oh no, not a crate."
Yeah.
I think there were many victims.
Yeah.
Last question for you, you incredible human beings. 1994 World Cup in America until today. Actually, it's just changed from today. Today beat it, but it was still the most well attended World Cup, but it was like a circus that came and went. How do we know for sure this will be different? And how big do you think football will be in 30 years' time?
Sport of the future?
Are you saying American football? Because that's going to keep getting bigger and bigger.
The soccer.
Yeah, it's baby steps. I mean, it's been an awesome tournament. It's so much fun to watch, and the storylines are incredible. And I hope that it builds momentum. But knowing this country, listen, when week 1 NFL comes around, that
Right.
listen, that's king.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that the World Cup could possibly do, is make sure that you stay out of the way of the real sports.
Yeah, last World Cup when they played it in the middle of our football season, it's like, what are you doing?
It gets our undivided attention.
Yeah.
And we love it. But I mean, the real answer is, I think 1994, that's when I fell in love with international soccer as a young boy in the United States. That World Cup made me interested in international soccer. So I think that in 30 years, you're going to have a lot of other really dumb young kids that grew up to root for the U.S. men's national team, giving their uninformed opinions wildly on whatever broadcast they have at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see that it's going to grow exponentially in that circumstance. We will have in the U.S. making out of the group and hopefully winning some knockout games. It'll increase soccer's profile in America for sure. So we're moving forward.
Yeah,
And
as long as we can keep pickleball down, we're happy, because pickleball is the worst sport of all time. We can all agree on that.
I don't co-sign. I will say in 30 years' time, in that America that you've talked about, it will be beautiful, and Tim Ream will still be playing, be chugging along, leading this team to almost glory. I want to thank you both. You've met Rory, who's the best of us. It's a joy to hear your voices. I want to thank you for inserting football for a couple of minutes on occasion throughout this World Cup. It's more meaningful than you'll ever know. Huge love to you both. And that Caleb Williams interview was
it's coming tomorrow. We got a new one coming tomorrow. Caleb Williams coming tomorrow. Yeah.
Pulitzer
pardon my
Prize.
take. Yeah. And by the way, 30 years from now, you'll be hating on Freddie LA's children. So good job, Raj. You cynical jerk.
At least I'm consistent. Okay. Used to be a virtue. And big love, guys. Thank you.